feared 1 in 10 men in gyms have body dysmorphia. We know steroids affect athletes physically, but do they also have a mental effect as well? I met up with Dr. David Knight, a body dysmorphia expert, to find out more. Do you think there is a link between people suffering with BDD and sports people who take performance enhancement drugs?
Absolutely. I mean, the common one that people with muscle dysmorphia will take is steroids. Now, if someone starts taking steroids to try and build themselves up, one of the effects of steroid use, of course, is people become more paranoid. And of course, if you think with BDD, that's a big part of it, where they're worrying excessively about what people think. So of course, if they're taking the steroids, it's going to then increase that. And of course, the more they're worrying about that, the more they'll want to increase them how they look, and so they'll be taking more. And so it starts to sort of escalate. And it can also then start to have other effects, like overuse of steroids will affect how your skin looks. Of course, it can then add in another layer of worrying about how people appear to other people. So it will only tend to have negative effects.
Dave Crossland is a frequent steroid user and discusses the impact it has with bigomorphia.
Do I have issues about the way I look? Yes, of course I do. No, right, I do. Do they drastically affect the way I live? No. Do they have an influence on the decisions I make? Yes. The thing is, I didn't get into training so much because of body dysmorphic issues. I am still conscious. Now, as I've got into the training and as my size has increased, the size has come forward as more of an issue.
Have you experienced any side effects? I know you touched upon what side effects?
Yes, several, various degrees. Water retention. I've had high estrogen levels, but I haven't really suffered any major side effects from that. Possibly a little bit of excess fat deposit. The biggest problem I found, and it was only when I was running the really high doses, was sort of adrenal fatigue and central nervous system fatigue. And it's not just the drugs, it's the whole lifestyle at that point.
Body dysmorphia, also referred to as bigorexia, is believed by experts to be affecting thousands of men in the UK. We can establish that doping in sport not only affects the person physically, but also mentally. Although we know that a performance enhancement drug can have a side effect of paranoia, combining that with body dysmorphia could be catastrophic.
How can anyone love or enjoy what is here?